So I have my hands on the retail final version of the Abxylute S9 and I'm so excited because it's now on Kickstarter and there's a link in the description below. But the S9 is a controller for your mobile phone, whether it be an Android or an iPhone, and of course your tablet as well. Now it has got USB-C, have to mention that because not all iPhones have USB-C yet. Well, in this video we're going to take a closer look at it, and of course just for fun we'll compare it to the original pre-production one. So without further delay, let's dive in. Now, first of all, I really need to let you guys know that for the first week being on Kickstarter, it's going to be 50% off. Yes, 50% off, massive savings. So the Abxylute S9 is only going to be $49.99, and of course if you're in the UK that's around about £37–38, and for the money it's an absolute bargain. Get it? Absolute. So I guess the first thing we'll do is an unboxing, because you know me, I love unboxings. But I do need to let you know the packaging that early birds and anyone that buys this receive is going to be different to mine, because I got a reviewer's limited edition box set version. So ignore the packaging, but the actual device and the accessories you get with it, you'll receive as well. So let's do that unboxing now. So as I said, the packaging is going to be different, but as we've got the reviewer's unit, let's have a look. So it's a big black box with a string hanging out the side, and it says Abxylute on the front. Now if we pull the string, it then brings out another box, and this one has the outline of the device itself. Now this again has got nothing on it apart from that outline, so let's go ahead and open it up. So as you can see, the Abxylute S9 is front and center, and straight away I've noticed a few changes. As we can see, no more shiny black plastic on the back. So putting the device to the side for one moment, we can see we get some accessories, a normal D-pad, and of course we have some different analog sticks. Some are shorter and longer, so these just basically clip on, interchangeable. Now you do get 3 different styles of D-pad, and I think this is really cool. So having a closer look at the Abxylute S9, it feels very nice in the hands, as did the other, and of course you can change those face plates, they're magnetic. Now, just like the pre-production model, it will extend and allow you to use devices up to 216mm. So, as we're talking about the pre-production model, let's compare it. Straight away we can see some obvious differences, but I want to look at something that's not so obvious, and that's the USB-C port. So basically, the final retail release version has a lot more movement and it seems easier to move compared to the pre-production one that doesn't have as much movement and it does feel a bit stiffer. Another nice change is the rubber grip on the back. So it's the same rubber and it's the same grips on the side, they've just decided to make it slightly darker, and I do like this. Another thing they've changed is we've got purple on the base of the analog sticks. I personally really like this, but this again is probably one of those personal preference things. So the analog sticks, as you know, are Hall effect, and so are the triggers. Now I did feel like the D-pad and the ABXY buttons were slightly better, but that might just be me. Now the programmable buttons on the back are definitely a lot better, and of course that plastic, it's got a nice grippy texture to the back, and it says Abxylute. So on the pre-production one it was shiny, horrible plastic, all scratched up, and one of the buttons on the back of mine was kind of hit and miss, so I just think that's pre-production issues. So as you can see, I've connected it to the Samsung Galaxy A9 tablet, and going into controller and settings, we can see we've got loads of options here. Now one of the things that I really like is you can change the analog stick dead zone. So I've actually adjusted mine to Basically 0, the smallest dead zone you can possibly choose, because after all, these are Hall effect thumbsticks. Same with the triggers, I've set it to 0 and then 100%, so we have the full range of motion. And then of course you've got sensitivity options as well. Now I'm not going to bore you with too much gameplay footage, but one of the games that I've been really enjoying is Call of Duty Mobile. Now it does support the Abxylute S9 on the iPhone 15 Pro, as you can see here, and it's so much fun. It does pair you with other people using controllers, so we don't have to use the mapping software. So back to using the Android tablet, one of the other things I wanted to try was cloud streaming again, because I've actually got full fiber internet now. So I've halved my ping from 15 milliseconds down to about 6 or 7 milliseconds. So I fired up the Xbox cloud streaming service and we're playing Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, and we're playing the original Crash Bandicoot game, but obviously it's been enhanced. Now I am putting it down to having a lot lower ping, about 6-7 milliseconds, but the experience was a lot more enjoyable and I didn't notice as much lag. Now if you watched my previous video with the pre-production one, I did say that that shiny plastic that's easily scratched on the back will not make it through to the final production model, and I was right. As you could see, it's a lot nicer plastic and it has a grippy texture as well, so it's a lot easier to hold in your hands. Now there wasn't actually that much I would have changed on the pre-production model apart from that back plastic, and then the buttons on the back, the programmable ones, they weren't that good, so it's nice to see that they've improved them on this one. So I just want to say one thing as well. I've never been a fan of mobile gaming. I've got an iPhone 15 Pro, so it's more than powerful enough to play games, but I don't like using touchscreens, and I've never really looked at these types of controllers before. Now I've actually found myself playing a lot more mobile games in bed. Normally I'll play on the PlayStation Portal and do some Gran Turismo 7, but now I actually find myself playing Call of Duty Mobile and a few of the other mobile games, and in an upcoming video we are actually going to be looking at emulation on the iPhone, and we will be using the Abxylute S9 as well, because it's such a fantastic controller. Now of course we did go into more detail with the software in the pre-production video. If you haven't seen that one, click up here, go check out that video, but just remember that is the pre-production unit, but the software is pretty much the same. Now I'm still waiting for the iOS software. Now this will be released by the time backers get their units, but at the moment things are still a bit up in the air with the software. I've got the software for the Android side, which works absolutely flawlessly, and I don't know if it's a problem with my phone or with the software, but I can't actually open it. Now another thing to note here, and it could be my phone, but I am running the very latest beta version of iOS 18.1, so maybe that has something to do with it. But if the software on Android is anything to go by, it's gonna be absolutely fantastic, and having that Samsung Galaxy Tab A9, which is a very budget Samsung tablet, I'm actually enjoying playing so many games on full screen, and of course it's got a lot bigger screen with the Abxylute S9, and the cloud streaming games are working fantastic. So in summary, the Abxylute S9 is a fantastic controller for your mobile phone and tablet, and if you don't like using touchscreen and never really play games on your phone, trust me when I say, if you grab one of these controllers, you will start playing more games on your phone. And it's really good that you can do it while you're traveling and on the bus and train, etc. It's just a really good experience. So when I say you've got to be quick, you do have to be quick. So today is the 29th of August, the day that this video is being released. So you really need to be quick, because it's only going to be on the Kickstarter for that low price of $49 or about £37 for a week. So you've only got 7 days, and I don't even know if they're going to be in limited quantities either. but for that price it's an absolute steal. So I think I'm going to end the video here, but click on that link in the description for the Kickstarter and go and check out the Abxylute S9 in more detail. Now of course, if you enjoy my content, you know what to do by now. Like the video, smash the subscribe button and give that bell a little tinkle so you don't miss any future uploads. I'm JP, you've been watching Alien Gaming, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.